JustinFREAKIN, the formidable voice of the culture.
Hey Justin, are you trolling?
Come on, man.
This is the Troll Patrol, live with JustinFREAKIN.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol Live! It's a freaking Monday. It's a freaking Pride Month. Welcome in, everyone. DJ Dub, Libra Tad, Princess Kimberly, RB. Good evening. Welcome in, Clinically. Your friendly neighborhood news gimp is here for you. Holiday, welcome. Being gay is a sin, and Jesus died for our sins. Therefore, Jesus died for the gays. And if you're not being gay, then Jesus died for nothing. You will be shamed to his name. Amen. God bless the gays. Holiday, my friend. Good evening. I will smoke to that. Anonymously, welcome in. We gonna find out what that news be. I have no idea. No idea what that news been doing the entire week. I'm sorry, I meant to take a couple days off. Ended up being over a week because I had computer issues. But we here. I'm trying to gay it up, but I also have Anna Polina Luna as my wallpaper of my TV. Curiouser was here earlier, and she's like, "That's not one of your GOP mommies, is it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is." I reached over, I was like, acting like I was gonna pinch her butt. T minus, I had to reformat a drive, so like I have a fresh copy of Windows, so I had to redo everything. So when I went to put my wallpaper on my computer, I picked Anna Polina Luna in a bathing suit, and she looks really hot. She can be my GOP mommy. T minus anonymously, welcome in. Light one up, tip one back. Libra Dad, I had a fantastic birthday. Thank you for asking. I played video games. If you were with me while I was having the computer issues, you might have seen me popped up streaming, but not me, not my usual graphics. It was just a video game with some nebulous voice on it. That was totally me playing video games because I could stream from the PS5, but not my computer. But we back. We gonna catch up on that news. A lot of shit be going on. The House passed the big beautiful bill. Oh, DJ Dub, I didn't tell you a good evening. Welcome in. Thank you for the resub, my friend. Senate going to be taking up that big beautiful bill. Joni Ernst defending cuts to that big beautiful bill. She can be my GOP mommy. But she took some flack from some of her constituents. I don't think she handled it very well. That's my wallpaper right now. That's the picture that Curiouser saw on my gigantic TV. Dougie! I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not even wearing a bandana right now. I need a meme. I'm just barely able to get everything ready to go to have a stream tonight, so glad to be here. Glad to be back to normal somewhat, doing the news. I missed it. I miss it when I'm not around. So we'll get to it here in just a second. Let me find a meme. We go to the meme group and see. Make sure they're not. They were, because like they try to amuse themselves. Sometimes they'll make memes for the masses. They'll try to make niche memes to amuse themselves. They've been on some kind of Montreal state kick, and I don't even understand it. Yes, this is a perfect meme. This is for the people. This is for today, right now. Oh my God! What? I don't. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I didn't save it as a JPEG the first time. Okay, there we go. There we go. Still getting my shit back the way I like it. Doesn't even have any ass. Watching douchebags cry about rainbows makes my fucking dick hard. Thanks for the throbbing erection, heterosexuals. If you have an erection, I could probably kill it for you.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me.
I was wondering what chair you're talking about. You're talking about my white chair. I don't think it's in my usual position. I don't think it's in its usual position because there's another one back there. They're usually kind of things are out of whack right now. I'm sorry. The chair is in an ominous position. It's like sneaking up behind me. Shelly, good evening. Welcome in. Let's find out what that news be doing. It's that time. And I might get a little more high. Starting off tonight, it's just another day in Molotov Attack USA. This one's a doozy. There's a lot to unpack with this one. The suspect in the Molotov attack in Colorado apparently planned the attack for a year, according to the FBI.
Chilling new details on what the White House is now calling an act of targeted terrorism that happened at a Jewish event in Colorado on Sunday. In the next hour, the suspect is due in court facing multiple felony charges, including a federal hate crime charge. This after officials say he used a flamethrower to set people on fire. The suspect, who officially
flamethrower
the country illegally, was heard yelling "Free Palestine" and also yelling anti-Semitic remarks. Sources say he was found with a garden sprayer full of gasoline and more than a dozen Molotov cocktails. I also want to note that last hour, our guest suggested the suspect, who is in police custody, had a record. I want to let you know CNN has not confirmed that at this time. At least 8 people were hurt, some of them badly burned. We know at least one of them is also a Holocaust survivor. CNN's John Miller leads us off again this hour. So, John, we are getting some more details in about some of the alleged planning in this attack. What have you learned?
Well, Erica, what we've learned is, and you referred to this, this is something that we are told by authorities that the suspect has been planning for over a year. And that could explain a little bit about why it looked like he was so prepared the day he did this attack, which is having shown up with a garden sprayer, which he converted into a makeshift.
You got the Trump-like injury.
Law enforcement officials, the sheer number of
had the diaper on his ear.
Devices.
The Trump bandage, yeah, Dougie.
More than a dozen recovered at or near the scene. Beyond the 2 that he threw.
Yell it, scream it at us.
Before people rendered aid and called the police, and he was taken into custody. And this is a picture, we believe, of the garden sprayer. It's a kind of backpack-like device that you wear with
DJ Dub refuses to condemn.
It's connected to a hose.
He no condemn.
And, having spoken to authorities out there, the question is,
but he no commend.
Spray the gasoline on people and then throw the Molotov cocktails, knowing he had saturated them, the area, their clothes, or as some of the 911 callers that we played on our air earlier stated, was it actually throwing flames, which would have meant he would have had to hold a lighter in front of that garden sprayer as he poured the gasoline out.
So he didn't have a flamethrower.
Have him at more than one gas station where he stopped making that drive between Colorado Springs and Boulder. It's about 100 miles or a couple of hours drive where he was stocking up on the gasoline to fill these carafes and that device.
John, really
Dougie condemns.
Thank you. Boris?
We're joined now live by Ed Victor. He was there walking in this event when the attack unfolded. Ed, thank you for being with us.
I've been meaning to ungender that, by the way.
When did you first realize that something was wrong?
Yes, and if I may just back up just slightly, like this walk has been going on since October 7. It's a peaceful, quiet walk. I've been doing it since September 2024, and by being quiet and holding the signs of let them go now, and holding up signs of who the hostages are, we're raising awareness of the people still being held hostage in Gaza. So
that Israel doesn't give a shit about.
The west side of Pearl Street to the east, and then we come back, and we always meet right in front of the courthouse. And I came through this area, we were setting up, and I'm so used to, you know, if we get heckled, we're just focused on walking quietly and getting set up. So I was just talking to someone looking west towards the mountains, and suddenly what happened was I felt like heat, huge amount of flame, and I just looked and there was someone on fire. And first thing going through my mind is we got to get this person out, get the fire out. It was very nerve-wracking. There were 2 or 3 of us. We grabbed some flags, the banners we had, just trying to put the fire out. And it felt like it took a minute, 2 minutes, whatever time it was, it just felt too long. And then after that was done, there was someone attending aid for that person, the woman, and then I was with her husband, who was also burned, very distraught, and just doing my best to comfort him. And that was what was happening for me.
And you'd mentioned that at times during these walks before you'd been heckled. I do wonder if you'd ever been previously concerned for your safety, if you'd ever imagined that something like this could have happened.
Yeah, thanks for asking. You know, I always feel incredibly safe in Boulder. I never, ever would have thought this would have happened. I really can't, and I'm still shocked that it did.
Were you at all familiar with the folks that were hurt? Did you recognize any of them from previous walks?
Yes. The 2 people who were I feel like, some of the most severely hurt were new. There was someone who was there for their second time. She was also hurt. I recognized her. The other people who were hurt, I knew them fairly well. And yeah, such a tragedy. Wonderful, wonderful people.
Give me an idea of how many people are out there and what it's like in the community to try to put this message out there about the hostages.
That's a good possibility, DJ Dub. I would say
multiple events of violent anti-Semitism occur in community after community across the country.
Yeah,
the majority of
we gather as a community,
Jewish people in this country seem to be against
we feel like this
Netanyahu.
is our job, is to raise awareness in the quiet way that we do it. And when we're quiet, people notice us. I remember walking by a local restaurant quietly, and everyone just heads turned to see who we were and what was going on. And it was that quietness, peacefulness is what people notice. And we do it every week.
I wonder what your message is to officials across the country, because just in the last month or so, we've seen an attack on a Jewish governor, 2 people killed here in the nation's capital, Israeli embassy workers, and now this attack in Boulder. What needs to be done to better protect Jewish people?
What attack on a governor?
I'll default to myself as a community member. I felt like my job was a way to raise awareness. When the fire happened, my job was to take care of the people.
Flash.
And there are other people, I'll say, they're better.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Shapiro thing. That happened like a week and a half ago or something.
The community, both the Jewish community and my non-Jewish community, I'll say city, state, local, federal, people are coming out to speak about what's going on. So I'll let them talk directly to you.
Sure. And Ed, are you planning on holding another walk this weekend?
I'm glad you asked. I hope so. I feel like I'll be out here next week and the week following. This would not stop me. I'm not in charge of the walks, and we'll see what other people decide what they want to do, but I will be here.
Ed Victor, we're so sorry that you endured what you did, and we're thinking of those who were hurt. We appreciate you sharing.
Oh no, the governor's mansion got firebombed. That was like a month or 2 ago. Now I remember. That was wild. God, the news cycle does move so fast. Socialist Aunt, welcome in. Good evening. This is a different eyewitness to the Molotov attack in Boulder. Oh, shit. No, I think it's the same guy. Shit. Well, fuck him. I want to hear from him again. Sorry, Ed Victor. Julie, welcome in. Good evening. Now that Julie's here, let's smoke some fucking pot. Hell yeah. Speaking of smoke, plenty of it coming from north of the border. Poor Canadians experiencing horrific air quality. Affecting the Midwest, too.
Tonight, smoky skies still threatening air quality for millions in the upper Midwest.
That wildfire smoke continues to hover over the state.
We do have a air quality alert out for the entire state of Minnesota until Monday.
Warnings going out to primarily people with sensitive breathing conditions as smoke and haze are carried across the border.
Oh yeah, we're getting into fire and hurricane season now.
More than a dozen wildfires have been burning there for days. The smoke coming from Canada reaching all the way to the Georgia-Florida border. North Dakota environmental officials warning residents.
It's still fucking cold here. Well,
could hit the very
somewhat chilly.
Dangerous for all groups.
And so when there's wildfires burning there, we feel it here. It just makes life more difficult.
Also this weekend, 14 million people in the West under heat alerts. Temps could reach 110 degrees, possibly hitting records in
well, they ain't chilly there, apparently.
and Sacramento. And tonight, 4 million people in the nation's midsection at risk for severe weather, including Kansas and Oklahoma, with forecasters expecting thunderstorms, hail, and potentially tornadoes. This following tonight's storms in the east, setting off tornado warnings from North Carolina all the way up to the D.C. region. A Maryland man capturing time-lapse video of a funnel cloud forming in the eastern part of the state. Meanwhile, in Kentucky, a massive cleanup effort moves forward after an EF2 surprise tornado Friday morning.
Yeah, I can't even talk to you about all the different storms that have happened since I was last on Troll Patrol.
Winds up to 125 miles an hour, demolishing homes and killing one person in Washington County. That as the peak of spring severe weather season ends today and hurricane season starts tomorrow.
Aaron joins me now from Chicago. Aaron, Illinois also facing the possibility of bad air from those fires in Canada.
Yeah, Jose, the air quality here finally reached the good range this afternoon, but tomorrow more smoke from those wildfires is anticipated in this area and the larger region, with the air finally clearing out possibly around midweek. Jose?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news.
Shut up, Lester.
NBC News app or follow us on social media.
Man, I've missed doing this shit. Poland has a new president-elect. It's apparently a doozy. A pro-Trump conservative winning in Poland's presidential election.
We begin with breaking news from Poland, where a conservative challenger has won the presidential vote runoff after a knife-edge election. Official results released early on Monday showed Karol Nawrocki the winner with 50.9% of the vote. His rival, Warsaw's Liberal, is reporting for us.
Oh, shit, sorry. If you're in another stream and they play an NBC News clip and Lester pops up at the end, like, you guys should totally take over the chat. Shut up, Lester.
The winner with 50.9% of the vote. His rival, Warsaw's Liberal Mayor Rafał Trzaskowski, earned 49.1%.
Make it a thing.
But earlier exit polls were neck and neck, and both candidates declared victory at different points during the night. The post of president in Poland is largely ceremonial, but Nawrocki's victory now sets him up for a showdown with the country's pro-EU government.
When the polls closed, the election was too close to call, and it seemed as if there was still everything to play for both Liberal Warsaw Mayor Rafał Trzaskowski and Conservative historian Karol Nawrocki. The election evening turned into a rollercoaster ride for both candidates. A first exit poll showed Trzaskowski slightly ahead, reason enough for him to claim victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, we won. I think that this phrase will become part of the Polish language and Polish politics, on a razor's edge.
Nawrocki was undaunted and he refused to concede. 2 hours later, he got a boost when a second exit poll indicated that he was in the lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are going to win. We are going to win tonight.
The presidential runoff pitted Trzaskowski, a liberal pro-EU politician, against Nawrocki, a
So do we have a definite count?
Law and Justice Party and aligned with US conservatives, including President Donald Trump. The outcome to determine whether Poland takes a more nationalist path or pivots decisively toward liberal democratic norms. Outgoing President Andrzej Duda had publicly backed Nawrocki. His victory means Conservatives will continue to have significant influence over whether Prime Minister Donald Tusk's centrist government can fulfill its agenda, because the President has the power to veto laws.
Let's get more now from DW's Alexandra von Namen, who is reporting for us from the Polish capital, Warsaw. Alexandra, the Polish Electoral Commission declared early this morning that the Conservative candidate Nawrocki has won the presidential election. What more can you tell us about this very tight race?
Well, we have to say that it's a very narrow victory for Karol Nawrocki, which is no surprise at all, because the race was a close one from the beginning, and it was clear that either of the candidates had a good chance of winning. And I was quite surprised to see Nawrocki's opponent, the liberal candidate Rafał Trzaskowski, yesterday evening when the first exit poll was published, showing him with a slight ahead of his opponent. He took to the stage, he declared victory, and I really thought this is too early, and we then have seen a night of emotions on both sides after what has been described as a very brutal and polarizing campaign here in Poland.
Tell us a bit more about Karol Nawrocki. Who is he, and
He's got a nice beard.
what is his agenda going to be?
Yeah, tell us about that agenda.
He is a historian. He is the head of the Polish Institute of Remembrance and a quite new figure to the Polish national politics. He is an independent but was endorsed by the right-wing Law and Justice Party, and he is a candidate who represents himself as somebody who is eager to uphold tradition.
Oregon gal, welcome in.
Goes full hardline on migration. He is somebody who is very critical of the European Union, and he wants to focus on Poland's relationship with the US. He went to the US. He met with the US President, with Donald Trump, and was, as he said, endorsed by him. His campaign was overshadowed by many scandals, reports about him being involved in hooligan football brawls and accusations of links to criminals, but all of that did not bother his base.
Wait, what? He was involved in hooligan football brawls. Bill Hicks was right. Scandals in Europe are just completely different.
Donald Trump, and was, as he said, endorsed by him. His campaign was overshadowed by many scandals, reports about him being involved in hooligan football brawls and accusations of links to criminals, but all of that did not bother
and accusations of laying stoop to criminals. Did he fuck criminals? What did she say? Can somebody translate that for me?
And was, as he said, endorsed by him. His campaign was overshadowed by many, many scandals, reports about him being involved in hooligan football brawls and accusations of links to criminals, but all of that did not bother his base.
So what does this result mean for Poland's political path looking forward? I mean, how much influence does the president really have?
Well, the president represents this state, but he also has a say in foreign policy, and he also can veto legislations put forward by the government. And that is, of course, a key problem, because Nawrocki is a candidate supported by the opposition, and he is very likely to make it much tougher for the government of Prime Minister Tusk to implement the reforms that they were promising. Let's take the topic of abortion. Poland has a highly restrictive abortion law, and the government wants to change it, but it's very likely that Nawrocki, as a pro-life candidate...
We'll get there. We'll get there, Oregon
let's
gal.
Take the topic of the rule of law.
And she doubled down on it.
The government has also promised to strengthen, they want to end the politicization of the Polish court system. Nawrocki is likely to block it, and that could put Poland on a collision course with the European Union that is demanding reforms there.
Speaking about Europe, what does this result mean for Europe-Poland ties?
Well, from Brussels' perspective, it is no good news for the relationship between Poland and the European Union, because, as I said, Nawrocki is somebody who is against more...
You think I wasn't going to defend her?
And it will be much difficult for the government.
I mean, she's right. Everybody dies. You're all
course with him
woke
in
fucking
office.
pussies.
Let's take the topic of defense, for instance. As you know, Europeans understand that because of the war, Russia's war on Ukraine, and because they see the US under Donald Trump not as a reliable partner anymore, they want to do more to strengthen their European defense capabilities. Nawrocki is somebody who believes that Poland is only safe when it is protected by the United States. He does not believe in things like a European army. So I guess it will be difficult for Poland to continue.
I guess we're going to have to call her tonight, aren't we?
And a constructive role on the European stage anymore.
Alexander von Naumann reporting from Warsaw. Thanks so much.
The people are begging to bring it back to domestic politics, but we ain't done yet. Apparently Ukraine pulling some crazy shit. Is it Flash? Is it true that they sent like their pattern looked like a dick to radars, or was that just some Twitter bullshit I saw? I was getting ready to ask, are they going to mention that it was probably a success because Ukraine did not communicate its plans with the United States?
Its victory in Ukraine.
Did anyone think that Russia was invincible? I thought it was an old, decrepit, crumbling empire.
Right.
By the way, the right wing is saying that Ukraine doing this before the talks is being an aggressor and like slapping Russia in the face. I'm like, yeah, that's you know what they should do before talks. He was asked about if Putin was a good guy. And I'm not sure what his answer was. We're gonna find out together here. This was in the Oval Office. What was this, Friday? This was the day that Elon said goodbye. We're gonna talk about that here in just a second.
I got one. I know that you try to stay pretty neutral because not your war, but
And by the way, not my war. I just want to solve the problem for people. This was not a war that was going to happen if I were president.
Right, and so not your war, but as you try to fix it, and as you survey this hellscape of the Ukrainian front lines,
It's horrible.
and you and your team deal with a very
Is that Ducey?
Putin. Do you
And
Zelensky. Yeah. But do you look at this
Very
conflict
It is Pride Month, Prometheus.
now? Like, do you look at this and see Putin as the good guy or the bad guy?
So I've known him very well, and I went through a lot of things with him because Russia was, the Russia hoax turned out to be a total hoax.
No, it didn't.
New York Times, they got a Pulitzer Prize. They have to give back the Pulitzer Prize. That's my lawsuit. And they're doing very poorly in that lawsuit. But
well, because you're lying.
Stories about how it was true and it was false, and a lot of
completely sycophantic.
I have gotten to see things that I was very surprised at. Rockets being shot into cities like Kiev during a negotiation that I felt was maybe very close to ending. We were going to solve a problem, and then all of a sudden rockets got shot into a couple of cities and people died. I saw things that I was surprised at. So, and I don't like being surprised. So I'm very disappointed in that way.
Trump does not like surprises.
5,000 people, I think the number's even more than that, but 5,000 people a week are being killed. Mostly soldiers, but also people that live in little cities and towns throughout Ukraine. And I'd like to see that stop.
And
Little cities on a hillside, all made of tiki. I'm fucking up the song. That's what it reminded me of. Oh. Last week, this happened. First, they arrested a sitting member of Congress. Then they went into Jerry Nadler's congressional office and grabbed one of his staffers, detained her.
No, she did not. That is not what happened.
That
is not what happened.
Okay?
What?
Hold on a second.
Give me your contact information right
No,
now.
I'm going to give you time to speak to you.
Hey.
That's what I'm going to
speak
do.
to you. We got you.
No.
We got you. You're okay.
I don't have to go.
You're okay. You're okay. You're going to be okay.
I'm a federal officer. We're here checking on something. We have the right to check. I'm
Can I
giving
see a
you.
warrant?
I'm not resisting. Stop resisting. You harboring rioters in the office. So
Not gonna do it clinically.
Walk inside. Let's walk through.
Or what?
Let me see what's in here.
Does Wick even debate Grease? And tell Wick to bring his ass on over here. Can Wick even cook? Hold on, I made a meme about Wick. I don't think he liked it very much. Can I find it? Do you want to debate me, Grease? I'm down. I've got a new setup for the Discord voice chat. So if you like to debate, come on, let's do it. I don't see my Wick meme. I got Nancy Pelosi's titties. Don't make me show those off. Yeah, come on, let me try out my new Discord setup. Getting the debate freaking voice chat. Would make me into his concubine? What?
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me.
Okay. Bring Wick on. I really want average debate enjoyer. Where's he at? What? Wick is a literal god. Interesting. Anyway. First, they arrested a sitting member of Congress. Then they came into a congressperson's office without a warrant. You can hear one of the staffers ask about a warrant.
That is not what happened.
That is not what happened.
Okay?
What?
Hold on a second.
Give me your contact information right
No,
now.
I'm going to give you time to speak to you.
Hey.
That's what I'm going to
Speak
do.
to you. We got you.
No.
I got you.
You're
okay.
I don't have to.
You're okay. You're okay. You're going to be okay.
I'm a federal officer. We're here checking.
She's going into a congressperson's office.
I'm not resisting. Stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
Rioters in the office. So there's not a problem. Let's walk inside. Let's walk through.
Or what?
Let me see what's in here. Let's go. Come on. Hold it there. Hold it there.
Here we go.
Nadler is demanding an investigation into this, as well he should, at the very least.
New York Congressman Jerry Nadler is giving his account now of what happened when Homeland Security officers entered his Manhattan office last week.
They then came up to the office and demanded entrance. One of my staff members said, "You can't come in here, you need a warrant." They said, "No, we don't need a warrant," which is incorrect. And they barged in, and in barging in, one of the officers, a very big, heavy-set fellow, pushed my aide, a very petite young woman, and they then said that.
I mean, Nadler is one to talk about being heavy-set. Come the fuck on, dude.
A very petite young woman, and they then said that she pushed back, and they shackled her and took her downstairs, and she was obviously traumatized.
The handcuffed member of Nadler's staff was not arrested. DHS says officers were responding to reports that protesters were inside and temporarily detained one person who they say was blocking access. Nadler says his office is requesting a congressional investigation into the incident.
My Lord, welcome in. Sweep women off their feet and take them upstairs. Do not put them in handcuffs and take them downstairs. Sage advice from JustinFREAKIN, the ladies' man. They're focusing really heavily on the Worcester area of I fucked it up. However the fuck you pronounce Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce, Massachusetts.
Worcester County High School students rally in support of an 18-year-old student arrested by ICE over the weekend in Milford, between Providence and Worcester.
Authorities say the 18-year-old is here illegally, but it's his father they were initially looking for. The teen was driving to volleyball practice when he was stopped. NBC 10's Molly Levine talked with his friends and teammates today and joins us live from Milford. Molly?
Gina and Patrice, it was a powerful display here at
What up, Molly?
High School today. Hundreds of students staged a walkout, all in support of Marcelo Gomes. 18-year-old Marcelo Gomes in a picture here his friends sent me from prom night less than 2 weeks ago, smiling, happy.
He is not a criminal! I'm telling you, he's the nicest person ever.
Over the weekend, he was pulled over while driving to volleyball practice with friends and detained by ICE agents.
Nobody can say anything. We're all in shock. You know, it's one of our brothers, one of our teammates taken into the hands of people who he doesn't know.
ICE tells us the teen was not the intended target of the arrest. The car he was driving was registered to his father.
So we're looking for his father. So obviously he's the father of the year because brought his son up here illegally as well. And yes,
fucking wow.
Intelligence from a local law enforcement agency. We were looking for the father.
Gomes,
you look like a dude that beat your kids.
To due process, meaning he'll go in front of an immigration judge and has the opportunity to post bond.
I didn't say he was dangerous. I said he's in this country illegally, and we're not going to walk away from anybody.
Adding that the teen's father hasn't turned himself in yet.
And his dad knows he's the target of it. So.
Free Marcelo! Free Marcelo!
Friends and teammates remain sad and angry tonight, staging this walkout during the school day to show support for Marcelo Gomes.
This is his home, you know, his family all behind us, you know. Him not being here, it's just one of the worst things that could ever happen. You know, we haven't heard from him once. We all love him more than words can describe. You know?
And Gomes was also part of the high school band. He was set to play at the school's graduation ceremony.
Ponder Monkey.
But he never made it there. I'm live in Milford. Molly Levine, NBC 10 News.
He was part of the band. Apparently, it's not just an assault on immigrants, it's an assault on musicians. Musicians in Arizona had their visas revoked, unable to play at a music festival.
Over federal immigration policy at a Napa music festival this weekend.
A couple of the bands, including a very popular group from Mexico, were forced to pull out of La Unda over problems with their visas. KTVU's John Krinjak in studio tonight with more on the story. John?
Mike, Claudine, not only is there worry among performing artists about the immigration crackdown, but some festival goers say they have concerns as well.
Buenos dias, Napa. This is what we come here for right here.
And it's just the music, the ambiance.
Music fans having a blast at this weekend's Festival La Unda, featuring all
Was that Marshmello?
music acts.
We are big fans of Karin Leon.
But it's who didn't take the stage that's raising some eyebrows. The regional Mexican band Grupo Firme announcing on Instagram they had to cancel Sunday night's performance after the U.S. government suspended the musicians' visas.
So I think it's sad.
It's very, very disappointing.
The State Department has revoked visas of several Mexican artists over music it says glorifies cartel violence, though Grupo Firme has recently taken steps to distance themselves from that lyrical content.
We all paid for this. This is what we came here for, and now he can't be here because of some political reason.
The Mexican group La Receta also pulling out of La Unda.
Yeah, they look like they're part of a cartel.
Well,
they're not stealing anything. They come here to work.
Artists don't know how to navigate this system right now. There's a lot of roadblocks that pop up unexpectedly.
Rolling Stone journalist Alex Ashley says he's concerned foreign artists will give up on even trying to come to festivals like this.
When artists cancel or when events get canceled, you've got local economies that miss out. You've got hotel bookings, fewer ticket sales, jobs that get lost.
And a few of the people I spoke to here say those same concerns over immigration policy may have actually kept some concerts as well.
Pretty sure maybe it did affect some people because people don't want to go out. People don't want to go anywhere, do anything because they're afraid of this persecution.
To all my people, please don't be afraid.
Festival goers say all this underscores why gatherings like La Unda are so important.
And I think this just gives
Land of the free, motherfuckers.
to be out here and just feel that they have a community behind them,
And La Unda organizers sent me a statement tonight saying, quote, "We are obviously disappointed Grupo Firme was not able to play the festival. These are unprecedented and challenging times, and we remain committed to providing a memorable experience for fans. Fans do say they hope Grupo Firme will get to perform next year."
Oh. Ended abruptly. If you really want to know what a wick is, it's a, he thinks he's a wizard? He's like the wizard of, Twitch and YouTube debate. He's a Destiny orbiter. Really defends Destiny no matter what Destiny does. And other than that, I don't really know that much about him. I went on one of his panels one time, and it was like 4 versus Destiny or something. Yeah, I would like to have no problem with Wick, but Wick kind of makes it hard to like him. And the whole Destiny thing is very, very ick. Wait, he argued on Ukraine's behalf on the Tim Pool show? They grabbed him? He had that kind of exposure and he's still getting those kinds of numbers? That's what's sad to me. I feel like if I was ever on Tim Pool, I'd be pulling a lot bigger numbers. So I'm going to assume he didn't do too well. The House passed the big beautiful bill, as Trump keeps calling it. The Senate set to consider it.
Meantime, President Trump is sticking to his decision on the tariffs, saying the levies are here to stay. Senators on Capitol Hill are set to take up the president's one big beautiful bill, with potential cuts to Medicaid hanging in the balance. Vaughn Hilliard has the latest.
With the country's economic future on the line, the Trump administration claiming it's still serious about implementing the president's tough tariff policies.
Tariffs are not going
Tough talking tariffs.
President Trump doubled the tariffs on foreign steel and aluminum to 50%.
The tariffs on steel into the United States of America, which will even further secure the steel industry in the United States.
The steel industry.
European Union and China to react. The EU says it's preparing countermeasures, and relations with China have been deteriorating in recent weeks, each accusing the other of breaking a May agreement, where both sides scaled back the initial large tariffs. China today
totally terrific tariffs
unilaterally provoked economic friction.
I can confirm that the two leaders will likely talk this week.
The tariffs causing trouble for U.S. businesses, including Trump supporters.
Politically, I'm conservative. I did vote for President Trump. I don't agree with the way he's handled.
I would have never guessed this motherfucker. This motherfucker is a conservative. Nah. Shocking.
Including Trump supporters.
Politically, I'm conservative. I did vote for President Trump. I don't agree with the way he's handled the tariffs. I feel like American business people are being punished.
Meanwhile, frustration is growing about how the president's economic policies could impact American households. Demonstrators marching from the Supreme Court to the Capitol to make their voices heard against the president's so-called big beautiful bill, as the Senate takes it up this week.
I like tacos.
Does not line up with what they.
Can we not associate him with something
that's, legislative
awesome?
Includes major tax cuts and boosts money for defense, border security, and mass deportation efforts. Even some Republicans speaking out against the bill, though, with steep cuts to Medicaid and the food aid program SNAP.
They should have been satisfied by just doing the tax part of this and not getting involved into the debt part of it.
Paul is not alone. Several Republicans have indicated they cannot vote for this bill in its current form. And if every Democrat, as expected, votes against it, Republicans can only afford to lose 3 of their own.
Oh, and the libs that think it's funny are really cringe.
Vaughn Hilliard, NBC News, Washington.
I don't want to call him Taco. Apparently it does get under his skin, and yes, I'm for things getting under Trump's skin, but that's a stupid nickname. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, apparently Wall Street insiders are calling him Taco because it's an acronym for Trump always chickens out. And I think it's a disgrace to tacos. Yeah, it gets under his skin because he wants to be so liked by the business people. But like, it's such a stupid name, and I can't help but cringe when I hear the liberals talk about it. So that's my problem with it. I'm all for trolling Trump and getting under his skin, but And I'm going to go to bat. Listen. White people tacos are good. Traditional tacos are good. All tacos are Woosta. Oh, that's what the Busta Rhymes song is about, eh? Woosta got you all in check. Either or, both taco types are fan-fucking-tastic. I do not discriminate if you like some white people tacos, because I like white people tacos. I do not discriminate if you like traditional tacos. Tacos are fucking amazing. And that's why we shouldn't call Trump taco. Avalon, good evening. You know, the news is doing stupid shit. I don't know that better, socialists don't. Better is subjective. Because, they're white people tacos are not trying to be authentic tacos. They're both great for what they are. And you can make a really good white person taco. I do it all the time for myself. And I even get the, Taco Locos Grande, whatever the fuck, the nacho cheese dusted taco shells. Fucking love those motherfuckers for my white people tacos. But man, we went to a Mexican restaurant. This has been a couple of months back, but I always get chimichanga. I want to switch it up. So I got me some traditional tacos, and boy, they were fucking amazing. And so simple, just some onion, cilantro, lime, good fucking beef. I'm hungry now. Why you guys gotta do this to me every time? We were talking about the bill that Trump has dubbed the big beautiful bill. Okay. I like filet of fish. Smokey, I hate it when you get up here and you just ram your claws into me. Stop that. I like a filet of fish sandwich. I think a filet of fish sandwich is good. I don't think it's fish. I don't think you can even call it fish. Tier 2, good evening. But I make my own. I haven't had a McDonald's filet of fish. Filet of fash. Oh, it is fish? Is that white fish? He does. He's a very loving cat, but he gets up here and he just, because he's, those murder mittens. Do you guys want to see him? We went outside. It was beautiful. He really wanted to go outside. He's purring so loud. MILF, Maddie B, welcome in. I'm glad to have everybody back. I'm sorry for my little hiatus there. I meant to, I used to have a leash and the motherfucker could get out of it because he's so slender. Oh, I didn't let him down, Oregon Gal. We just walked out on the porch and I held him. We used to have a screened-in back patio. I just got here, Maddie B. We've been doing the news for an hour, but this is my first night back. I intended to take a couple of days off for my birthday. That was That was in the cards already. Then I had some computer. I was wondering. I thought I was like, man, I grinded up so much marijuana. A lot of it was in my grinder. I was like, there's bound to be more. Also, I think I may actually be able to stream video games. I did. I was a little burnt out. I'm definitely excited to be back. I was jonesing for it. I came on stream last night, but I didn't do the news. I was just on Twitch hanging out with people. I was like, I can't wait to do the news tomorrow night. I cannot sew, but Curiouser can. But good Lord, is she busy. You guys, Curiouser this week. One, she's seeing Metallica tomorrow night. She doesn't even know what set list, because I was like, well, they put out the set list so you can decide which night you want to go. And she was like, I don't even know. Want to be surprised, don't want to know. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, what song you looking forward to? She's like, I haven't even thought about it. And then this weekend, she takes a cat named Lucifer, who's a Maine Coon, to California to give that cat to Media Winch. Let me see if I got some Lucifer pictures for you. I thought I showed Lucifer on stream the other day. This is Lucifer. No, they're flying. They're flying with him. But look at that baby. I asked her if she was excited, and she seemed like she's getting ready to come through the phone when I was talking to her about it. I've tried a harness on Smokey. He can get out of him because he's so slender. He's a little fucking dick. And just because Smokey, because like Socks, Maynard, you can let them go outside. They're smart. They know when to come back. Like, they'll go outside for an hour and just hang out, and they'll like come back in. Oh, he's like 11 or 12. If he was gonna get fat, he would already be fat. This dude's like 2 or something. He's still a youngin'. Oh yeah, Curiouser said he's really loving, very vocal. Yeah, they're taking him out to Media Winch. Media Winch lost one of her babies about a year ago. I don't know, time is wild. Maybe a little more than a year ago. So she definitely needs a new kitty. This is the universe. This is the cat distribution system. Putting this kitty in a place where Curiouser can see it and be like, "Oh my God, I should take that cat to Media Winch." Beautiful and majestic indeed, anonymously. Speaking of beautiful and majestic, the senator from Iowa, one Miss Joni Ernst, was holding a town hall with her constituents talking about Senate taking up the big beautiful bill, the budget bill that the House passed last week.
And yes, and you stated again that as written, and it will change. The bill will be changing. There are going to be some things that we do agree on with the House, though, And you mentioned things like the Medicaid and how some people currently on Medicaid would not be able to receive Medicaid. That's because they're not currently eligible by the original definition of Medicaid, and they will be moved off of those Medicaid rolls. Again, still allowing those that are truly eligible for Medicaid to remain on those rolls. When it comes to SNAP, and believe me, I've focused on this issue, the states have been making overpayments when it comes to SNAP, and this is an issue that has been recognized by both Democrats and Republicans. So this is an area that I worked with Debbie Stabenow, who was the Democratic chair of the Ag Committee, to correct. We did not get the Farm Bill done during her tenure as chair, and so this is something that we do hope to correct in the reconciliation bill. So that's SNAP as it stands now. That again has been agreed upon by both Democrats and Republicans in the past. So when we're talking about the corrections in this reconciliation bill, again, it's corrections of overpayments and people that have not been eligible for these programs by law as it is currently written. So when you are arguing about illegals that are receiving Medicaid benefits,
that don't happen.
4 million, 1.4, they are not eligible. So they will be coming off. So people are not, well, we all are going to die. So, for heaven's sakes, folks. Okay, no, but well.
Did you see that beautiful smile she flashed after she said she was proud? Look at her, she's proud of herself. She's so proud of herself.
People are not, well, we all are going to die. So, for heaven's sakes, folks. Okay, no.
For heaven's sakes.
But what you don't want to do is listen to me when I say that we are going to focus on those that are most vulnerable. Those that meet the eligibility requirements for Medicaid, we will protect. We will protect them. Okay? Medicaid is extremely important here in the state of Iowa. If you don't want to listen, that's fine.
An Iowa Democrat.
Senator Chris Murphy went on to CNN. They played Joni Ernst's apology video. She apologized for what she just said. I agree with Joni.
Senator, your colleague from Iowa, Joni Ernst, told voters at a town hall, quote, "We are all going to die." That was in response to concerns from constituents.
We're all gonna die.
These cuts to Medicaid. Then she has kind of doubled down. She had a bit of a sarcastic apology. Watch this.
I made an incorrect assumption.
Yeah.
Everyone in the auditorium understood that, yes, we are all going to perish from this earth. So I apologize. And I'm really, really glad that I did not have to bring up the subject of the tooth fairy as well.
See, you guys are just too sensitive. You're all woke moralists. You can't cancel her for dropping some truth bombs on you. Oh, there it is.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
She's not only clever, she looks good doing it. Joni Ernst can absolutely be my GOP mommy. Godless CNN here, cutting off the end of the quote. Joni, I apologize that they didn't let you finish. It was only another sentence or two. What she said was, If you are interested in everlasting life, perhaps you should invest in learning about the Lord Jesus Christ. And I absolutely agree with you, Joni. That was a fantastic message. You did a good job there.
As well.
What's your response?
Yeah, I mean, Joni's a colleague, somebody I've worked with, but it does tell you a lot about this bill. I think everybody in that audience knows that they're going to die. They would just rather die in old age at 85 or 90 instead of dying at 40. And the reality is that when you lose your health care, you are much more at risk of early death. And when rural hospitals close because of this bill, when drug treatment clinics close in Iowa and rural America because of this bill, more people will die at a younger age. So the reality is this bill is about life and death. And for what? I mean, I guess that's the problem here for many of us, is that they're cutting Medicaid, throwing 15 million people off their health care in order to fund a tax cut for the super wealthy and for corporations. That is just fundamentally immoral. It's immoral and it's unethical. I don't understand why they're doing it, except that Donald Trump only really knows billionaires. He only knows corporate CEOs. And so his instructions to Republicans are reward them, help them, and no one else. I wish Joni and others saw the immorality of what they're doing.
You just don't see your childishness, Senator Murphy. Oh, hold on. I gotta check my settings. Make sure everything's okay. We're good. Oh, hold on. You guys weren't hearing it, were you? I just noticed that I wasn't getting a level. Hold on. I'll do this again. How's this? Did the weird echo go away? Still echo? Okay, cool. Okay, here we go. Third time's a charm.
You have reached the office of Senator Joni Ernst. Please leave a message.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, Senator Ernst, this is JustinFREAKIN, the host of the Troll Patrol. Just giving you a call again. I was inspired by your talking to your constituents, telling them, we're all going to die. So, I took your advice. We're all going to die, right? So I'm shooting my shot. I am really attracted to you, and I would like to know, would you go out with me? Please give me a call back. My phone number is 917-830-4359. I'm probably only going to answer during my show, which is 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunday through Thursday. If you could call me then, it'd be really cool, but I can be flexible for you. Because I'm hoping that you'll be flexible for me. Oh. That might have crossed the line. But anyway, talk to you soon. Hope you're well. Bone the Joan. That was, oh God.
Moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
I don't think that was my best. I don't think that was my best work. I'm not on my game tonight. Byronic, welcome in. Oh, I would assume everybody. If I'm on a watch list, everybody in the chat's on a watch list. What are you thinking about? Come on. Not my best work with Joni, but I'm shooting my shot. Oh God, did you know that the right wing is going nuts over Cory Booker apparently doing a Nazi salute? I don't think that actually happened. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I checked. I thought I had the article. Am I on the right fucking browser? I am on the right browser. I've still got to fix my shit. I should probably call during the day when somebody might actually be there. Maybe I'll get the senator. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm moving on. I don't give a shit. Cory Booker didn't do a Nazi salute. They're fucking stupid. They just wanted something to false equivalize about Elon Musk, right? Oh, I guess I can't get to this one either. Oh, here we go. Trump asked Musk if Doge was BS and then called him half boy. Even President Donald Trump doubted Elon Musk's ability to cut $1 trillion in federal spending. Was it all bullshit? Trump asked advisors of Musk's cost cutting under the Department of Government Efficiency. The Wall Street Journal reported in a behind-the-scenes look at the pair's working relationship. Musk pledged to cut $1 trillion from the federal budget, but ultimately managed to cut only $170 billion, and he didn't cut that. This is according to Doge's own calculations, which have themselves been called into question. Trump was often at odds with Musk. The billionaire's eccentric humor often confused the president, who told his aides that Musk was 50% genius, 50% boy. Musk announced his departure from the White House this week after a contentious tenure marked by mass layoffs, reversals, and court setbacks. Musk frequently butted heads with Trump's staff, according to the Journal, and it escalated to the point that Trump asked White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles to set up and better manage Musk. Trump didn't even know the exact moment Musk was leaving Doge until Musk himself posted it on X. Musk has also been less forthcoming with money after giving Trump $288 million during his most recent campaign. He told Trump's advisors this year that he would give $100 million to groups controlled by the president's team before the 2026 midterms, but as of this week, the money hasn't come in. Do look at the black eye. Do you see the black eye? Musk's 4-month stint at the White House also included frequent drug use, according to a bombshell New York Times report. Musk told associates he took ecstasy and magic mushrooms, was a regular ketamine user, which led him to develop serious bladder problems. He also carried a pill case with Adderall, the Times reported. In the wake of the Times report, Republicans and Democrats alike have connected Musk's drug use and erratic behavior, including his Nazi-like salute during Trump's inauguration and mumbling interviews. I can't fault him for having a bladder problem. I myself have a bladder problem, and that problem is that I desperately want to piss in Dan Crenshaw's eye pussy. Lenny, good evening, my friend. Did you notice the black eye that Elon Musk was sporting during his time in the White House? Said his kid punched him in the face. Are you guys buying it? I lost it. I lost the... There we go. Wearing all black, had a visible bruise over his right eye while speaking in the Oval Office.
That Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it.
I was going to do it later.
They're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing.
What was he even talking about?
It's not a popularity contest.
Oh,
so
did he?
I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
You mentioned one.
He's totally going to pardon Diddy. The Onion came out with a headline that said Diddy just wants to get the trial over with so he can get a pardon from Trump. And then like 2 days later, it was like, oh, Trump's going to pardon Diddy. Insanity. Did you know that apparently Elon Musk was cucking Stephen Miller? I don't know if Miller watched. I don't know that Elon has a dick that he's even able to fuck people with. But apparently there's a thing between Stephen Miller's wife and Elon Musk. They're in some sort of throuple. Sounds like sexual anarchy to me.
You live in sexual anarchy?
Miller corrects his wife's boss, Elon Musk, in another intriguing tweet. They've apparently been going back and forth. Stephen Miller launched another intriguing tweet correcting Elon Musk, his wife's employer, shortly after touting his happy family life. The big beautiful bill decreases total spending over the budget window by nearly $2 trillion, the top advisor to Donald Trump wrote on Sunday. The tweet comes after an interview aired with Musk on CBS this morning in which the Tesla founder admitted to differences with the administration. By the way, this is Miller's wife. Would you be in a throuple with her? Miller has pushed back against criticism of the big beautiful bill. The back and forth drama over government spending between the two men close to Trump has been amplified after Stephen's wife, Katie Miller, decided to follow Musk to the private sector amid his exit from the White House inner circle. Katie Miller, a prominent figure in Trump's first administration, was spokesperson for Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. Stephen Miller, who serves as Deputy White House Chief of Staff, has never called out Musk by name in his tweets, but his defense of the president's legislation is clear and the timing coincides with Musk's criticism of the bill. Other members of the Trump administration have been just as vocal in defending the big, beautiful bill. Daily Mail reached out to the White House for comment on the matter. Stephen and Katie Miller have been married for over 5 years. The couple met through their work in the first Trump administration. They married on February 16, 2020, at what was then Trump's hotel in Washington, D.C. The president attended the event, as did several prominent figures in Trump's first term, making it one of the social events of the year among the MAGA crowd. They have a daughter and 2 sons whom they brought to the White House Easter egg roll. If they got married in 2020, what? Natalie Lush? Did I say that correctly? Lush, welcome in, my friend. Glad to have you here. Minty, welcome. Good night. Good evening. I'm not high enough for this shit. You guys want to get more high? Was it wait, what? What's the Irish triples? Or Irish triplets, maybe. Did they use artificial insemination? Like 2020 to now, that's enough time to have like 1 kid, 2 kids maybe. D-, thank you for throwing out the gift sub. Can you have 3 kids in that amount? I mean, I guess so. It has been 5 years, hasn't it? And they might have got started before they got married. Man, Stephen Miller is a busy dude. I didn't expect Stephen Miller to be slinging all kinds of dick. But it's possible it could be, in vitro fertilization, could be some weird ass shit.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me.
They could have adopted. I'm getting hung up on it. She could have had kids from another relationship. He might be I doubt it, but he might be a fantastic dad. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. Tim Walz is urging Democrats to mock Trump relentlessly.
This, because I called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator, it's because he is. It's because he is. Oh. The governor's being mean, and the governor's speaking out on that. Well, maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce.
Yes.
Because we have to ferociously push back on this. And again, I'll speak to my teacher colleagues in here. The thing that bothers a teacher more than anything is to watch a bully.
Okay. He says that we need to be meaner to the Trump administration. We need to be meaner to his orbit. So would you guys like to do that right now? I would like to give you the perfect clip for us to bully somebody in the Trump administration. I give you Dan Bongino crying on Fox and Friends.
I mean, I gave up everything for this. I mean, my wife is struggling. I'm not a victim. I'm not Jim Comey. It's fine. I did this, and I'm proud I did it. But if you think we're there for tea and crumpets, well, I mean, Cash is there all day. We share it. Our offices are linked. He turns on the faucet. I hear it. He's there he gets in at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't leave till 7 at night. You know, I'm in there at 7:30 in the morning. He uses the gym. I work out in my, but I stare at these four walls all day in D.C., you know, by myself, divorced from my wife. Not divorced, but I mean separated, divorced. And it's hard. I mean, you know, we love each other, and it's hard to be apart.
But you're doing some great work. You're straightening out the FBI. You're moving buildings. There's a lot of change.
I got one more thing. I mean, I gave up everything for this. I mean, you know, my wife is struggling.
He's not a victim, though. Bully Dan Bongino. That's what I say. You know what? I'm skipping all this. Sorry, I thought it was going to be a jam-packed show. I might come on later, 'cause I got some stuff going on. But speaking of bullying, we bullied Lester Holt into retirement. Lester delivers his final broadcast on NBC Nightly News after 10 years. For more than a decade as anchor, Lester Holt is signed off on NBC Nightly News. Holt kicked off the May 30th episode by calling his time anchoring Nightly News the honor of a lifetime. Wish success to Tom Lamas, who will be anchoring the Nightly News starting tonight. I figured there'd be a clip of it. Hold on. Let's see Lester sign off for the last time. Here we go.
Before we go tonight, a word about me. You may recall the announcement back some months ago that I would be leaving my post here at Nightly News in order to expand my role as host of Dateline. Well, today is that day. After 10 years, this is my last Nightly News broadcast. As anchor, it has been an honor to lead this program and an honor to be welcomed into your homes. I am so grateful for your trust. Around here, facts matter, words matter, journalism matters, and you matter. Over the last decade, we have shared some dark and harrowing days and nights from our country. The pandemic, mass shootings, natural disasters, each testing our resilience and our compassion. It's why I often like to leave you with something to smile about, moments that reassure and connect us. I'll miss our evenings together, and I will miss the team that puts it all together, my dear friends and my colleagues. But for now, I just want to say thank you to my incredibly supportive and patient family and all of you. NBC Nightly News with Tom Llamas premieres Monday.
I just want to say, shut up, Lester. I doubt they'll remove him from the end of any of the clips. We'll still have Lester telling us to subscribe to YouTube, NBC News on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Nope, it'll still be Lester. Here's some cubs. Cougars. I think these are cougars. Did it tell me? Cougar cubs. Oh my God, look at that face. Fucking adorable. I might be back on here in a couple hours. I'm going to test out some shit. I don't know who I'm going to rate into. Usually I stay on Monday nights. I'm sorry I'm not doing live music Monday. We got shit to do. Who are we gonna raid into? I still got more work to do on getting my electronics straightened up. We'll raid into Kai. I was thinking about Kai earlier. That's perfect. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's alright to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm JustinFREAKIN. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol, live.